Morning, first grade. Welcome to math. Today in math class, we are going to be taking a look at how to write numbers to 100. Now, most numbers are written as they sound. For example, what do you hear when I say 34? What do you hear first when I say 34? You hear 30, don't you? What do you hear next from 34? You hear a 4. Okay? But instead of writing 30 plus 4, we write 34. 3, 4. Okay? What about 57? What do you hear first in 57? You hear 50. What do you hear next in 57? You hear a 7. But instead of writing 50 plus 7, we're going to write 57. 5, 7. First grade, what about the number 71? What do you hear first in 71? You're right if you said 70, and then you would hear a 1. But instead of saying 70 plus 1, we're going to say 71. Last one, how about 29? 29. What do you hear first in 29? 20, 20. Then what do you hear? 29. Right. But we're not going to write 20 plus 9. We want to put 29. Now, writing numbers as they sound looks pretty easy, doesn't it? But writing numbers as they sound doesn't always work. Some numbers are tricky. For instance, what numbers do you hear in 11? Did you hear any? No, because you can't hear any. How do we write 11? We write 11 as 2 ones. 11 is a tricky number. Some other numbers like 11 are 10. What do you hear in 10? Nothing. You're right. 1 0 is 10. What about 12? What about 12? You don't, but how do you write it? 1, 2, 12. So 10, 11, and 12 are especially tricky. Then there are some numbers that are just a little bit tricky, not quite like 10, 11, and 12. What about the number 14? What do we hear first in the number 14? You hear a 4, don't you? But teen, excuse me, teen actually means 10. Okay? So when I get rid of one of these E's in teen, it gives me 10. So if I have plus 10 next to it, what is 4 plus 10? 4 plus 10 would give me 14. 1, 4, 14. Okay? What about 16? 16. First you hear the 6. 16 means I'm adding 10 to it. And 6 plus 10 is 16. What about 18? 18. 8 plus teen, 10. 8 plus 10 is 18. What? 13. 3, 13. 13 is tricky. Starts with a 3 and 10 more, and that gives me 13. Okay. And 15. 15. 15. 5 plus teen. 10 equals 15. Okay. Now, what was the trick for the teen numbers? If you take a look, these were our teen numbers right here. I'll put a little squiggle around them. What was the trick with these teen numbers? All of the teen numbers started with a 1. Okay, they all started with a 1. Now, we're going to practice writing some numbers. If you have a scratch piece of paper, go ahead and grab it out. Otherwise, I will do a little bit of work right here for us. Okay, remember, we have some tricky numbers. Our tricky numbers are 10, 11, 12, and then the teens. Okay, those are our tricky numbers to keep in mind. All right, my friends, here we go. 62. 62. 62 is 62, 62. Okay, you do not have to write this part. I want to see this part right here. How about 78? What did I hear first? I heard 70. What did I hear after 70? 78. How about 40? 40. 40. 40. 40. 19. Ooh, 19. 9 plus teen. 1, 9, 19. Is that a teen? Yes, it was. So remember, it's going to start with a 1. 94. 9, 4, 94. Let's do one more. 25. 25. 25. 2, 5, 25. Okay, friends, here's what you're going to need if you don't already have it out. You will need a pencil, and you will also need your guided class practice. Go ahead. We'll see you back here in a second.
That's great. We are at our guided class practice. Make sure that you have your name at the top of this paper. And you also would like to have the date. Okay. Now, today, number 1 says, fill in the missing days of the week. Ooh, think of our days of the week chant or song that we like to do. Okay, there's Sunday and there's Monday. Make sure there's a capital M for Monday. Tuesday and there's Wednesday. Thursday and Friday, and then comes Saturday. Okay, if you need to pause the video to get those written in, you are welcome to do that. Otherwise, we're going to move on to number 2. Which letter is on the right? E, I, or P? Which letter is in the middle? The I is. Which letter is on the left? E. You know what that spells? P-I-E. Pie. Okay. We, for today, are going to skip number 3 because we did not get all of our friends' birthdays in yet. So skip number 3 for today. Go to number 4. Number 4, we're counting by tens. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, and 100. And then number 5 is asking us to fill in the missing numbers. You can go ahead and use your 100 numbers chart on the back of your red folder if you want to fill this part in. Please make sure that your numbers, your digits are in the right order for the number. This is the row of the 20s. Here's 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, and the last row is also done for you. Your homework today, first grade, is the back side of this worksheet. Make sure that your name is on this sheet. Please also make sure that the date is on. You need to have a capital S for September. Leave a space, write 3, comma, 2020, which is 2020. And if you need help with how to spell any of these days of the week, you go ahead right to your red folder, open it up, and it is written out there for you. Make sure that you have a capital letter for the first letter of each of the days of the week. Okay, that's all for today. We will see you again on Tuesday.